there's a good chance that before we met, there were days I'd walk right past her. But now I'm seeing her tomorrow or maybe the day after. I have to tell myself to slow down, it's early days still. Anything can happen and it probably will. It's early days. My mind's just put on boxing gloves, my heart's refused to fight it. Ooh. I watch the station pass me by where I should have alighted. Ooh. Will this turn into something I'll be writing home about? The inspector shakes his head and says, you just forgot to get up. It's early days. With eyes just like an angel, what does she see in me? Why does my stomach feel like it's just eating food that don't agree? It's early days. It's early days. It's early days. You gotta slow down. It's early days. You gotta slow down. It's early days. It's early days. Thank you. I had a groundbreaking idea, but I forgot to write it down. Now every thought's tossed to distort and they chase themselves around. Every object loses meaning if you look at it too long. Today's amazing line becomes tomorrow's awful song. But time's longer than rope, I once heard somebody say. There's nowhere to tie the end onto, so I just float away. It's only been 3 weeks since I've seen the cheeks of friends I was goodbye kissing. So I feed the magpie mince and hope he'll stay a while to listen. We all cope in different ways, so don't be too hard on yourself. A hopeless string of empty days, like standing on an Arctic shelf, staring deep into the void of your undiscovered mind, searching desperately to find some comfort from the malaise. We all cope in different ways. We now watch the kind of films our former selves would not believe. Old DVDs of Keanu Reeves and we sneeze into our sleeves. I make calls to my great auntie and file tax 10 quarters old, when each receipt reminds me of when we were free and bold. I got lost in Jane Austen, a posthumous work Persuasion. Now she's my early 1800s poster girl for isolation. Her characters claimed love if from some wealthy socialite, but Jane retained her single life and stayed at home to write. We all cope in different ways, so don't be too hard on yourself. A hopeless string of empty days, like standing on an Arctic shelf, staring deep into the void of your undiscovered mind, searching desperately to find some comfort from the malaise. We all cope in different ways. Well, they say the world's been granted this chance for collective zen, but I keep refreshing to find more depth in my heart as it breaks again. But statistics are just fish sticks without their human faces. How can I empathise with all the lives that each number embraces, when the behaviours of our own neighbours are all making me suspicious? They prance around all over town like mobile petri dishes. So I close the doors and windows and pull the blinds to make a blinker. I've become my own worst nightmare, antisocial overthinker. We all cope in different ways, but don't be too hard on yourself. A hopeless string of empty days, like standing on an Arctic shelf, staring deep into the void of your undiscovered mind. If you're lucky, you might find some comfort from the malaise. We all cope in different ways. Thanks, Brisbane. Thank you. What a treat. I can't believe this is the last time I'll be in the zoo. This is unbelievable. I lost many kilos here in summer over the years. Will forever be a part of me. The beating heart of Brisbane. So it's really nice that we could do this one more time. I mean, even this microphone tastes the same. I don't know what it is. Probably in like 100 years from now, you'll be able to boil this thing down and you'll be able to clone Robert Forster and all of Regurgitator, and you know, this is really valuable, the DNA in here. So you've heard me rabbit on enough in solo mode, so I bought a band. This is the Hello Stranger. 22 years ago, we launched the album here. So I brought along some friends to celebrate with me. I'd like you to welcome them to the stage. So we're just going to do a few to warm up, and then we'll get into the album proper. I'll warn you, if there's anyone here that loves the album, the track listing in order, it's not going to happen tonight. So if that's going to wig you out, I don't know what you're going to do. But we'll warm up on this one. Please read me the phone book from Abraham to Zuckerman, all addresses and names, both Christian and Sir. Give my full attention, yes I am the lucky one, to carry each word from the place it occurs. In my neighbour's garden, I'll steal all the flowers. In the town you were born, I will do a handstand. 'Cause I'm here, I came down in the last shower, with all the subtlety of a marching band. Seated in a lounge waiting to depart, they say that we're off to a flying star. So let's capture a city bus, we jump from burning buildings, while a circle of firemen catch us in a net. And paper aeroplanes of encyclopedia, from abacus an argument. I don't need an apology. It's all half a dozen eggplants or 6 aubergines. Just please sing me the entire Beatles anthology from all my loving Yellow Submarine. From all my loving to Yellow Submarine. From all my loving to a Yellow Submarine. Thank you. Look, the good people at Triple Z are filming this tonight for posterity, and I kind of flubbed a note there. We'll fix it in mastering, okay? I don't have the falsetto I used to have in 2002, but we do have royalty here tonight. David is here. David James Young. Now, you have the world record for how many gigs you've been to in a year, is that right? How many gigs? 257 gigs in 1 year, ladies and gentlemen. If we're all like you, we could save the Australian music industry. I would like to compete with you, but there's only like 4 gigs in Gympie a year, and I go to them all. Welcome, and you know all the words, and at my age, I'm going to forget things tonight, and I feel so much better that you'll... Thank you. The glass that wraps the telephone box, an impatient bystander nods. Put the receiver back down in its place, and that certain things should be said to the face. I'm a believer. You're stripped of all your worldly power, staring at the opposite apartment block for hours. You say that each window's a different TV channel, and you surrender all your so-called friends for flowers. And you'd rather be sleeping in a paddock with the horses while the stars cross the skies. That's right, horses. Can you take it with you when you go? Because love is just a lazy generalization. There's many situations going through each other's pockets. It's not like us. Flattering should get you somewhere. Happiness is just a chemical. Happiness is just a chemical. Your happiness is just a chemical. It's just a chemical. Constant feeling you're being watched, all your good intentions so clumsily barred. A kiss sent down the telephone line might come out sounding like a bug getting squashed. And grasshoppers fling erratic parabolas while you're drowning ants with your can of cola. Can you take it with you when you go? Because love is just a lazy generalization used for titles. Lungs are for songs and eyes are for feasting, and butter's for a bee sting. Can somebody please check my vitals? Yeah, you know that love is just a lazy generalization we use for 100 different feelings. There's many situations, finding things in novice pockets, always a plus, and that sensation that you felt off the back of the bus, it was just a chemical. Your happiness is just a chemical. Your happiness is just a chemical. It's just a chemical. Any questions? No? All right. On the town hall stairs, says I'm making it pairs. My arms are look suspicious, but there's always someone happy to remind you it's not up behind you. Everything's slowed down and then you came undone. At first your hands don't work. Baby's waiting to be born, and then your lips don't work. Someone's leaning on their horn. I came as fast as I could, the streets run under my feet. If it doesn't rain, then it's a beautiful fountain. If you place a thing in front of your face and close one eye, well you can block out a mountain and your mind took flight. You receive the glancing blow, and then your legs don't feel right. They're planting roots where once were toes. You wish to burn up the whole night. Wake up in the same clothes. Past silent cars, single filed up the street. Though they're all gone now, they sure really took the beating. It could make you depressed, but maybe it's for the best. That all we ever came to know for real was pleasing like fire and wood, and a hairless chest, lots of electrical goods, and pop starlets. I'll tear that house down board by board, or you might leave it, yeah. Why itself begins all across the world. That costs nothing. Well, thank you, Brisbane. Appreciate it. We got Simon here on the bass, and we got Dylan over here on the guitar and keys. And Brie Van Ryk back on the tubs here. Now, Brie and Simon were here at this very location when we launched the album in 2002. So it's a real treat to have them back in the band here. And so we're going to play the album for you now, not in order. I'm just worried people might just be upset. No. Anyway, who was here for that launch? About 7 of you. Great. Well, at least it's grown a bit since then. You guys haven't changed a bit. You're wearing the same clothes, the same haircuts. Same. Yeah. No, you don't have to be. You know, I've paid my dues. In fact, you know, I thought it was only happening in Gympie. I just come back from America, but I thought it was only Gympie where they keep coming up and asking me how old my grandkids are. But it actually happened in America at a restaurant, and I was sitting there with my partner, and he's like, how old's your... This is my son, you know. He's like, how old's your grandson? I was like, no, I'm actually the dad. And he looked at my partner and goes, so that means he's your... Oh, my God. Just wanted to walk away. Felt really sorry for her. Anyway. It's fine. I've grown up in Queensland. I've been insulted by my family for years. You get a really thick skin growing up here. All right, now this song, we're going to start with this song. Now this gets requested a lot, and, you know, I'm not in the relationship with this person this song's about anymore, so various prenups I've had to sign. I haven't been allowed to play this song, but please, yeah, we'll just keep it between us. It's called Operator Get Me Sweden. You think I tried? If not for fear of falling, don't you think I'd fly 30,000 miles across perilous land and sea? But instead I'll sit right here and miss her terribly. Oh, but I know that you can help from your career choices, for you are in the business of connecting people's voices. Should I tell you where all this is leading? Operator, get me Sweden. To do them justice, to speak them would be better. Oh, while the moon pushes me down to sleep, a sun comes up and starts her. I hope this feeling stays preserved in me, just like the bars of 1628. Who planted this garden of Eden? Get me Sweden. Use any methods you require to get her on the wire. 'cause you are this earth's long distance love ambassador. To speak to her tonight, I'll take anything. Needs a fiber optics or two tin cans on a string. Oh, really must apologize for my compulsive behavior. One left his heart in San Francisco, mine's in Scandinavia. By one whose communication leaked in. Operator, get me Sweden, get me Sweden, get me Sweden. Tusen tack. Jag skulle vilja höra en öl, tack. Yeah, you might have noticed there's a word in there that doesn't exist. Communicationally. I was just young and naive and didn't realise I would have any lasting career and that anyone would still be listening to these songs. So Hello Stranger has a lot of made up words. Well, I thought they were real words. There's a lot of scientific facts that are wrong on this album. So I tried to change it for the vinyl edition, but it's just how it is, okay? All right. I have to find out what you know. I have to find out what you know before I let you go. I have to find out what you know. I've got a lie detector. I know methods of Chinese torture. So make a list of all the things I bought you, and I'll write you out a check for $300,000. You catch the perfect kiss on film, 'cause the kiss sold the movie. At least it did back in the 40s. But that seems like such ridiculous money. Why do they need a crew of 50 when I don't need support from any unions? Just your pair of lips. Bugging the phone, trying to expose the light. Obsequious tones, there's pincers and pliers. They're not trying to embrace you, they're frisking for wires. So if you give your side of the story, will I let you go? Negatory. I know I love to hear you speaking, but security is leaking. So I simply must find out what you know. I have to find out what you know before I let you go. I have to find out what you know. I've got a lie detector. I know methods of Klingon torture. Why do the Klingons know so much about torture? Okay, this next song is a result of gratuitous listening to Bell and Sebastian. In 2002, the air was kind of cut with at least 45% Bell and Sebastian, so you couldn't really escape it. So this is my use of the major 7 chord, which is the staple for all Bell and Sebastian songs. An old lost book has reappeared with the pages all dog-eared. That's how I know you've been here. The garden's gone to rack and ruin, but I'll be up at the crack of noon in time to seize the decipher all your poems as abstract as you may. Then put painted handprints on t-shirts, laugh until the stomach hurts. Days like these don't have price tags. Of the love and the light, she let him borrow her bike with tires gasping for air. Bought it back with wheel rim buckle. He hopes that with any luck she'll decide to ride the bus to work one morning. There's a hint of that perfume on blankets in the lounge room. That's how I know you slept there. Thank you. I'd like to thank the Flangipanis for opening up. And I'm so stoked that they covered that song, the Squash song, and it's now released on a 7-inch single with the Darren Hayes song on the B side. Did they show you that? It's called Double Darren. It's a 7-inch. Well, you know, he's plagued me my whole career. Even Nell, I'd like to thank Nell, who's doing sound tonight. He's been managing this place as well. She thought that the zoo had booked Darren Hayes for a solo show too. So yeah, I've had people try and return CDs over the years. But the Flangipanis kind of took I had an idea to contact him because I wanted to do a duo with him called Darren. With the font, you know, anyway. But the Flangipani, you know, like that song, Squash Song, that, how they play it is how I imagined it would be when I played it. But it starts here and then goes down and filters through the slim dusty ventricle and then the mental as anything chamber and it comes out sounding like me. So this one, this is my song. This is inspired. I have a lot of experience with punks, and I lived in a punk share house in my very first share house when I moved out of home in Sydney. And it really was. You know, I watched a lot of young ones, and I just thought this is how share houses are. And this was seriously like it should have been filmed or something. Like we came home once, and like the whole place was rotting, and the roof was leaking, and we came home once, and the upstairs bed had gone through into the ceiling of the kitchen, so we had the legs sticking down. And back then, 2002 was the glory days of break and enters. We were getting, you know, stolen stuff all the time, but being a punk house, they were always stealing stuff that didn't work that we were meant to get rid of anyway, so it was great. The old VCRs and stuff. We came home one day and the front door was gone. Someone had stolen the front door and we never found it again. So this is a song for Jade. We're still really good friends. Punk's not dead. She would brew cider in the bathtub. It was disgusting. It would leave this like Cat in the Hat's back. You know how he leaves the pink cat ring. It's kind of like that. But it's disgusting cider called sewer cider. That's what she called it. How are you all going? Is it okay? We're halfway through the album. Yeah, I know. Like, this is before I wrote all those 10-minute songs, and it's a breath of fresh air, actually. Yeah, you'd be happy to know that every album since this is sold progressively less. So this is as good as it got right here. There are 300,000 stars outside our solar system. They hang around all night and talk to anyone who'll listen and lecture you on which ways you're bound to go. The only thing he thinks about, the only thing he needs to know is not his time and date and place of birth, but only that he's born in the same galaxy as her. To your girlfriend's house and ask her for yourself, 'cause after all you know her better than anyone else. This town's so small it could be built of cardboard boxes, but the walk from you to her is the same length that 14 blocks is. Shaped like a fingernail. Surrender or set sail. It's given with a spoon of sugar, but take it with a grain of salt. Can't blame him for dreaming, that could never be a fault. Always judging books by what's written on the sleeve. Make sure you don't read everything that you believe. He locks his door and turns his head towards her street. Don't try to cheat the future, 'cause you're just cheating yourself. Don't try to cheat the future, 'cause you're just cheating. Jackpot in the lottery, a chance to meet a handsome stranger, relying on some prophecy to be your life's rearranger. She's leaving soon, so you gotta fly. He walks past the church, they're singing Elanam or Adonai, a hymn written in Hebrew. To him it sounds all Greek. Don't try to cheat the future, 'cause you're just cheating yourself. Don't try to cheat the future, just cheating yourself. Don't try to treat the future like inherited debt or wealth. Don't try to cheat the future, 'cause you're just cheating yourself. Hello, stranger, it's been a while since I last heard your voice. It seems like only yesterday when we both shared a house. Now there's 1,000 miles of phone cable between us, but I can tell that you're not smiling. No, I'm going nowhere, and you're gonna tell me the real reason for your dialing. Now he'll be sitting somewhere up on a plane in an aisle seat with no view. But I can promise you right now that he'll be thinking of you. Because from what I can tell, well, he seems a nice fella, and I can see you're good together. You both look like you're straight out of an insurance commercial while I drove away. Away from your driveway. And I know it's hard to become home. Well, you're usually referred to as his better half, but you're still the girl who chops onions wearing swimming goggles. You're still the same girl you were before. So your love has gone away. By now the hostess will be clearing up what's left on his tray. But who likes airplane food? I can promise you right now that he'll be thinking of you. Thinking of you. So your love has gone away. He's not expecting you to wait for him, but there'll come a day when he'll hang up his traveling shoes. And if you're still around, I'm sure that he'll come looking for you. Looking for you. He misses you too, you know. This is a song I haven't even rehearsed yet, so David, be on your game. This is a song called the Kickstand Song. It's a true story. Yeah, exactly. It's true. It happened. Well, I didn't meet the guy. I tried to interview him, but he was really cagey about his millions that he made from the kickstand. He didn't want to be known who he was. He didn't want people tracking him down. He's a German fella. But I did meet his nephew in Toronto, Canada. And I think he just goes around telling people that his uncle invented the kickstand because there was no context for it. It just came out of nowhere. And lucky for me, because the piece of metal and a string line popped into my head straight away. It's got some of the worst lines I've ever written in this song, which is why I don't play it that much. Until now, my ideas have been latent. The cycling world will never be the same. Come first line, I'll be taking out a patent. And from that day, if a bike be found lying on the ground again, I'm not to blame. What joy it'll bring, piece of metal and a spring, bolted down by the back wheel, activated by the heel. What joy it'll bring, piece of metal and a spring. What chicken laid the egg from whence the inside an idea hatches, from prototype to production line to the first 100 batches. I will do for parking bikes what anchors did for sailing. What joy it'll bring, piece of metal and a spring. But now there's handlebars for steering, and there's tire tread for traction, a tiny bell for friends you pass and greet. Ingenious contraption, mouths will fall, and eyebrows will rise, and staring eyes will meet the bike complete. What joy it'll bring, piece of metal and a spring, bolted down by the back wheel, activated by the heel. What joy it'll bring, piece of metal and a spring. There'll be dinners at the, there'll be articles in newspapers and dinners at the town hall. My first check's for $1,000. Now that's one spicy meatball Simpsons reference. But underneath their helmets I will see their smiling faces. What joy it'll bring, piece of metal and a spring. Oh no, spring. No, it's not. No, it's still going. Now, bikes around the world will stand alone without their owners. And I can get some cash on the side, but that's just a bonus. When underneath their helmets I will see their smiling faces. What joy it'll bring, piece of metal and a spring. Piece of metal. Now, we have a very special guest to come up and sing this next song. Jen Boyce, ladies and gentlemen. Is she here somewhere still? Hi. You and your parents have been coming to my shows since when?
Probably since about 2004, I reckon.
Oh, you missed the glory days.
Yeah, sorry. I know. Is that correct? Can you confirm or deny? Yeah, we've got a thumbs up. That'll do.
Half of these people look too young to have been there in 2002. I'm not sure if they were telling the truth. Might be the Brisbane weather. But did your parents get you into the music or vice versa?
Yes, they are way cooler than I am. So they've got me into all the music that I like. So
well, thanks to them. They're here somewhere in a booth somewhere. Thank you.
To children, just how clean it ended in a dark and ward at night. Blinds were all descended. Now I get a pang of pleasure, seeing your legs suspend. Shame they can't cover us in plaster, and in 6 weeks all is mended. Well, I love the smell of hospitals just a bit. When I was young, I couldn't keep my nose out of first aid kit. When the very thing that brings you here also makes you go. Top floor elevators, just one arrow. I'm in the kitchen with too many cooks.
That was long. That felt shorter than it was. We'd like to thank everyone for coming to the zoo, for offering me this night. If it wasn't for them, well, they gave me the idea for it, to do this Hello Stranger thing. So we really, really appreciate them. Someday, without trying, you'll find something that's rare. But again, I'd like to thank my fantastic band for playing tonight. Over here on the bass, he was with me 2002, 2003, 2004. He's the only band member that has managed to trying to park a van, smash two front mirrors off the front of the high ace. Short back in size, is the Avis.
Still hearing about it, huh?
I've learned to get full insurance ever since that. He's taught me that. That's one thing he's taught me. Mr. Simon Wooldridge. Wooly Wooldridge. Over here, this guy is kind of like a human AI. Like, he can play anything you just throw. Since he was born, his parents said in the first few years he could play every Steely Dan song. And if you listen to his own album, his solo project's called Way Dynamic. He's got a new album called Duck. You've got to hear it, ladies and gentlemen. It's huge. We're so lucky. We have genius in our midst, Mr. Dylan Young. Maybe related to you. And on the drums, we have someone that knows me better than probably my parents. In fact, she's had to be a parent to me, a carer, a friend, hold my hand on turbulent flights. And after all the trauma and the counselling, she's agreed to come back. Now that's bravery, ladies and gentlemen. We must have played hundreds of shows together. We communicate telepathically. Miss Brie Van Ryk, ladies and gentlemen. Hold your breath for up to 10 seconds. Ask a friend, a good friend, to scare you when you least expect it. Stand on your head and drink a glass of water. And if that doesn't work, go back to the chorus with a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Call it coincidence, but when and where together you're over the moon while I'm under the weather. The weather. Thank you, Brisbane. Did someone yell out no banjo or go banjo? Surely not in Queensland. I got people that only buy tickets to see this thing. Oh yeah, Rainbow Connection. I think I know it, hang on.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows?
I got kids, you know. Oh,
What's on the other side?
rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing, and what do they think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Have you been fast asleep, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Was it the sweet sounds that called the young sailors? You're regretting it now, the voice has been one and the same. I've heard it too many times to
Ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be.
Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell. We know that it's probably magic. Don't make me do the key change on that. Banjo. Thank you.
Well, I'd like to visit the moon.
This is what I gotta do every night. So. The boy threw his guitar down and started beating his brow. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't justify all the wasted time spent inventing words and rhyme, while the stars and the planets and the clock did lapse. You see, making up songs is for losers. I should build something she uses, like a box or a bed or cupboards or shelves. The songs are made of air, they can't be any use to her. Better off trying to catch falling aeroplane. 2, 3, 4. The girl said, boy, don't be so stupid. Boy, don't be so daft. You're not even right by half. And although you say your songs are fundamentally air, there's also thousands of vibrations that stimulate the ear in such a way that whenever I hear them, they always make me smile. And therefore they're just as tactile as a box or a bed or cupboards or shelves. So boy, now stop your moping, you cursing and no hoping, and get back in the saddle. while she was still speaking, towards his feet he was reaching where lay his guitar. His head was swimming in an alphabet, soup letters swirled and words formed in his heart. And he said, I'm gonna build a song for us with 4 verses and a chorus. On real estate your words inspire, and they will live rent-free, sleep on beds of melody, and leave the key change with the seasons. So that song he built was hers, with a chorus and 4 verse, and she woke to find him finally asleep. Do we have time for some more now? Well, I'd like to get Dylan. If Dylan's around, we'll do this. This is a song from Hello Strange we haven't done yet. No, I've been through it all, sorted shade from life, recounted each step that I made on that night, along stone cobbled streets scribbled throughout the town, to a candlelit bar, university ground. Friend in a band was what brought you there too. On the last night of not knowing you, the last night of not knowing you. Arrangement of strangers, tables and chairs, tobacco and wine left me fuzzy upstairs. But what weak minds prevent will hard proof me allow. Did my eyes have a spark that they seem to have now? A blurred photo taken that Eve holds not a clue. On the last night of not knowing you, the last night of not knowing you. Counted each hour, I've been through it all. Each coin spent at the bar and each game of pinball. Days from last week I cannot tell fiction from fact, but that night upon request I could reenact. In a town far from home I was just passing through. On the last night of not knowing you, the last night of not knowing you. day with hindsight in your hand. Some divine puppeteer had the whole meeting planned. But what if the promoter had have pulled out? 'Cause some promoters do. The band wouldn't have played, the gig would have fell through. An earthquake could have split this planet in two and shaken you cold from the rat to the floor. On the last night of not knowing you, the last night of not knowing you. pleasure of finding out the difference between north and south is mechanical. Moving mountains, and these are my principles. If you don't like them, I got others. This is my opinion. If you don't agree, I've got big brothers. Hey Nell, how's it looking? How long have we got? 2 more? Till 2 a.m? We'll do it. Well, we'll do a new one. New one. Yeah. Great. We'll do a couple more for you anyway. There's another one inspired by the township of Gympie. Hey, we do have vinyls and t-shirts and postcards and all kinds of things. Thank you, sir. Someone's bought one already. 2, was it? Oh, and I thought you had really wide arms, but that's 2 separate people. Thank you. And CDs, Electric Dreams. Yep. Any other questions first? Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean an alcoholic drink? I've been drinking fizzy water. But you're a long way from the bar. Do you have a hip flask or something? Oh, no, I'm all right. I'm okay. I've got to drive the Sonata after this.
You keep saying like the Sonata, like anyone knows what a Sonata is. It's a vehicle.
When I picked Brie up from the airport, I texted, I'm the one in the blue Sonata. So she would know.
Just looking for any blue car.
You guys know, right? It's my auntie's car. It's awesome, Sonata. It's got a tape deck and a CD player. Remember when they were... that was probably a 2002 thing as well. I don't know. It's pretty snazzy. Yes? A squiggle. You want to get a tattoo of a squiggle? Like what kind of drawing would you like? Just remember now, a very valuable lesson in the Hello Stranger. It's for life. Once you do it, it's okay. Yeah, I will. I've kind of got 2 drawings I do. One's like a little guy with a banjo. I can do that. Well, whatever. What do you want? I'm no Picasso, okay? There's someone behind you that's wearing some of my handiwork there. I drew some of that. Yes, yeah. Yeah. If you want to get that whole t-shirt tattooed, you can. You know, I give you full permission. Yes. Ooh. This one's a little bit lapsed Catholic, this one, but we'll see. It's not that kind of vibe tonight. There's a lot of Catholics here. No, I can tell. But you're all lapsed? Okay, that's all right. All right, we'll do this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I saw a ripple in the curtain of the sky. I peeked through the crack and saw there's nothing behind. I felt a pain in my chest and wondered if I'd cry here on the park by the civic centre. These days I'm feeling things on a cellular level. The fragments of my mind are pale and dishevelled, and all these piles of rubble were once the buildings of my mind. I was hit by a bolt to impulsively create some alternative energy and grab on to the first person I see just to ask if they're okay. I could go troll my local politician, add my name to another online petition, still feel like I failed my mission. vibration in a hopeless situation. I take it as a challenge, everything is out of balance. There's really nothing else that I can do. And all this pain and destruction I'm seeing by the hands of my fellow human beings. Does this same potential live in me even on a smaller scale? Well then I gotta learn to love better, gotta love more fully, gotta love with the aggression of a schoolyard bully. If I don't, then my heart might grow all woolly and forget what it's supposed to do. I can see the drunk neighbours and make amends, get on the phone and call some long lost friends. Then I'm shocked when one of them says it's okay, we're the lucky country. But luckiness can poison you, and privilege is a poison too. It's like drinking cheap, colourful booze. It gets you high, it robs your soul. Makes you blind to see that we're all connected. An aquifer that flows deep, undetected, and every single one's affected if someone pisses in the pool. Good vibration, one for each friend and close relation. I take it as a challenge, everything is out of balance. There's really nothing else that I can do. It's not religious preaching, it's chaos really, it's cause and effect. It's chaos theory. If one note sung by Blossom Dearie makes the earth shake in Capri, then the energy from all my good deeds in Gympie can form into a cloud as big as a blimp and float across the world and let go simply and rain on a dying tree. Took the sonata to find the owner of the voice which I heard calling from my house at fever pitch saying, hurry up you son of a bitch, in a voice that would leave you cold. I found a little old lady sunstruck and demented who was waiting for a cab that was never invented. I put my arm around her and said, I'm a friend and I'll drive you to Coles. Good vibration, might not help the beleaguered nation. I take it as a challenge, everything is out of balance. There's really nothing else that I can do. There's really nothing else that I can do. Seriously, thank you all. I really appreciate it. I'm going to remember this for a long time. I'm showing my age, but I played here the eve of the election where Paul Keating lost. Yeah, I was here, and I had a Labor Party sticker on my Rickenbacker, and it got stolen later that night. So is anyone here? I've been scanning the room all night. And then I think that was the night the Clouds first broke up. Was anyone at that show? They're back together again, it's alright, spoiler alert. You listen to all... Yeah, exactly. No, I'm not even going to go there. No, but thank you so much, everyone. There's a scar on your right arm that tells a story of a miscalculated movement long ago. It's the reason you now claim your territory. The way a mountain tries to hold its snow. I swore I heard your voice behind me. It was all I could do to keep from turning around. I just sat there and let the flickering light define me. Just another pale face that's floating in space with all the charms of the whole human race. If I could change the alphabet inside you and make it spell something you'd understand. There's all these other signs trying to guide you, like a broken street light that's flashing all night. It goes on again, on again, on again, on again. Away with the demons and devils and away with the days till I see you again. Away with that garbage that passes for. Away with the stone that has grown in your heart. Signs trying to guide you, like a broken street light that's flashing all night. It goes on again, on again, on again, on again. Away with the hours that keep you in bed. Away with revisions you make in your head. Away trouble that brews in your stars. Away with the worry that knows where you are. Away with the demons and devils and away with the days till I see you again. Away with that garbage that passes for. Scar on your right arm that tells a story. Thanks, guys. You made a Wednesday night feel like Schoolies Week in 1986. I really appreciate it.